Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Software Engineer K, and we've got some great news. So Monster Infinite had the public sale launch of their MONI token. So I wanted to just go over that. We had some huge returns on that overall. So I will be sharing with you guys just how much of a return I made. But at the same time, I'm not selling any of my tokens. I've only been holding my tokens, and I'm going to continue to buy more tokens. So I'm going to be explaining exactly why, where I see the price going with some case studies, and also I wanted to kind of dispel a lot of the FUD that kind of creeped up right at the start of the project, because again, I'm not a huge fan of FUD in projects, and I want to explain exactly why I believe this project is going to be hugely successful, and it's why it's the main project right now that I'm continuously going to invest into moving forwards. So if I go straight into it now, Monster Infinite, they had their MONI pre-sale too recently, and I was able to get some coins. I had got 1,500 tokens, and that was at a purchase point of 20 cents. Now, when the token launched, you can see that the price went a bit crazy. So from that initial 20 cent, the price on Ascendex has shot up to about $4. So for those of you who aren't, great at maths, that is like a 40x, 40 times return. Now on PancakeSwap, which is a decentralized exchange, I believe people were saying that the price went as high as $12. I saw it actually go to $8 myself within the first 30 seconds of trading. But that's a decentralized exchange. You have to adjust for slippage, etc. The price will obviously be a lot more volatile because you can't really see what price you're getting in at. So that's absolutely crazy returns. Now upon that initial price, obviously we did have a pullback, and now it's stabilized around about that $2.50, $2.60 range. So that's like a 15x of what my initial investment was, and that was pretty much in the past few days. Now there was some FUD that was going on, and there was an article written about it, and this is what kind of blew me away. Monster Infinite, they're moving fast. They've got so much, they've got power in this space. So someone put out this article called Money Heist, and it's related to what happened right at the start of the sale. Now, basically, for those who aren't aware, if I just zoom into this candle here. Now, what had happened is, what I expected to happen is there was a couple of, well, probably more than a couple, but you get these bots right at the start of a public sale on decentralized exchanges. They'll snipe, and they'll basically buy in right at the start. And the way it works is there's something called mempool sniping. Now, so a lot of people were upset about what happened. Basically, the transactions on PancakeSwap, which is a decentralized exchange, were opened up a bit earlier, but it wasn't publicly announced, and most likely they consulted someone who is an expert in blockchain. I personally would have done the exact same thing if I was running the company. I would have opened it up slightly early, because what happens is a lot of people who complain, they're probably new to crypto. It might be their first time, and they don't quite understand why they had to do it this way. Is you have something called a mempool, and that's kind of like the waiting area for transactions. These mempool snipers, they're basically able to get the tokens at the price that they're being listed at before any of us can publicly buy it through the UI. So those who think, oh yeah, I've got fast fingers, I can click buy right when the public sale opens, the very second it opens, you're not going to get it at 20 cents. You're probably going to end up buying it at $12 if that's the case. And so essentially what their logic was is, if they can open up a few minutes earlier than the announced time, the bots will snipe and fight against each other. They'll basically be competing with each other at these $12 price levels, and then they'll dump a minute or so later. So you're going to get at the price that it's dumped at, which is probably going to be around about a few dollars, and that is much better than buying in at $12, because you can't actually see the price that you're buying at. And that's how these guys make money usually, is people can't see the price they're buying at, and they end up buying at 100 times what the actual intended price is. So that way, yes, you're not going to get it at the initial price. It's impossible, because you can't beat these mempool snipers, but at least you're not paying 3, 4, 5 times more than what you would have paid otherwise if you were competing against these mempool snipers. And that is exactly what happened, because the person who wrote this article, they were actually trying to convince people that, hey, there was a developer on the team who had bought it, and they kind of went into great detail, to show, the address and they went and showed the address of the person. If we go straight to it, yes, this one that ends in I believe like 77. Yeah, they basically went and it's like, this one that ends in 667 or whatever it is. But actually, if we go here, oh, it's 887. This address that ends in 887, there were several tweets put out that this address actually shows up to a lot of projects. It is a famous mempool sniper, and that straight away dispelled all the FUD. Now, usually in a project, you get people that write these articles. Yeah, they'll start to gain traction. People who aren't uninformed, or it's like they're like new to crypto, they just believe it. But the Monster Infinite team, I don't know how they did it, but the guy who wrote this article, if you scroll up, he actually let's just go back actually. So this guy Dominic Lim, he actually, if we go to his Medium articles here, he put out a retraction of his article. Now, imagine that. Someone FUDs a project like crazy. How often do they post a retraction of their own article and then post an article of the complete opposite opinion of, this project's actually amazing? Not very often. And I don't know how the Monster Infinite team managed to convince this guy to do it, but they've done it. So this article, the guy, all of his claims he's made, he's retracted them. He's gone out and said it wasn't the devs on the team that did it. It was a bot sniper. The project is actually good. He's gone and explained everything. Why did the public sale start 10 minutes early? He's actually explained exactly what I've told you. This could have prevented the community from panic buying. He's spoken about, the bots as well. Considering we are talking about bots, the devs most likely identified that 2 minutes was enough for all the bots to perform the transaction. They clearly consulted, blockchain experts on, what time they should actually open it up so that the bots can outcompete each other. How often on average do these bots sell after buying? And it's usually within, seconds, if not minutes. So, he's just gone on and explained everything. He's gone through the transactions. Like, this is crazy. The fact that the Monster Infinite team got the guy who put out the biggest FUD article that was affecting the price to post a retraction and actually post, everything that this project has done well, like that is insane. And that just made me way more bullish on this project than I was initially, and I was already pretty bullish. Now, if we go kind of to the price, so the price is sat at $2.53. That puts it around about, an estimate market cap, because at 20 cents, the market cap was about $800,000, which is nothing. That puts it, if we kind of average it out, the market cap's not going to be super accurate, but I would say that puts it around about a market for around about 12 million as of now. And $12 million market cap, just to put that into perspective, that is like less than 1% of what Axie Infinity's market cap is. Those who follow, Ecomi, for example, I believe they're around about a $600 million market cap right now, somewhere around there. I think it has been going up, and this is at barely 12 million. So, that's like very small. That's like about 2% the size of Ecomi. So they've got room to grow. And that being said, rank number 202 was that 2,719 on Monster Infinite that they're at right now. If I just scroll this across, 2,719. This project conservatively, I think, can make 100x. And that's why, yes, there are other projects out there that I've supported and they've done very well. You guys can see I've got 100% track record on the big projects that I've been supporting, such as Neo. I'm partnered up and, helping Neo out with promotion of their NFTs. Ecomi, they've done really well. And they've still got room to grow. Monster Infinite, this is a project that I believe is going to do very well, but it's mainly because, the Monster Infinite's room to grow, because the market cap is so tiny right now. I believe it's going to have the best growth out of any project I'm currently invested in within the next 6 months. You have to remember that on their roadmap, if you go straight back to their website, in terms of their roadmap, staking is going to be coming. The game is going to be launching. So if we have a look, their marketplace is also going to be launching very soon. 12th of October, The alpha testing for the game, beta testing is later this year as well. And then we've also got MONI staking coming out next year. That is going to be huge. And just on that point of staking, if we compare it to other projects, so for example, Illuvium, when they kind of announced and offered staking in August, you can see that the price, was hovering around about this kind of $100 range, and then now it's come up to, past $500, so it's a 5x. But earlier in the year, in June, they were barely $30. Axie Infinity, when the game kind of like started getting, this announcement of staking as well, it was trading for a few dollars. It was actually trading around similar price to what Monster Infinite's token MONI is trading at, $3, $4. And now, it's shot up as high as $90. So Axie Infinity already had a higher market cap when it was trading at this $3 range than Monster Infinite. Axie Infinity's market cap right now is $3.7 billion. And Monster Infinite is barely 12 million. So Monster Infinite doesn't even need 5% of Axie Infinity's market cap to, go close to 100x from where it started. And currently, as of today, we're up at about 14, 15x. So that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. But we do have more room to grow. So personally, I am going to continue investing in the MONI token. I've actually bought more MONI tokens. I've put in another 6k USD into it, which is all I could afford. It was pretty much all of my disposable. But I am going to continue dollar cost averaging, because when the price came down, I did dollar cost average at the lower kind of mid $2 range. I initially waited until this kind of area of support where we were trading around about $3. And then we kind of, the FUD article came out and price came down, and then they dispelled it and the price went up. Now, all of that being said, why am I also so bullish on MONI? Is any project which has investment, not just partnership, but investment from big partners, it's going to do well. Using some case studies, we had Neo, they had some huge investors behind them. Neo did well. Ripple, they had the Bank of America. Bank of America is not a tiny name. People know Bank of America. The fact that they adopted, Ripple XRP, that told me that Ripple was going to do well, even with the SEC lawsuit. That was just FUD. That brought the price down. I saw it as an opportunity to buy. That was a nice 10x. Ecomi, they had a lot of FUD with the founder token unlocks. People saying that they're not real NFTs. There was just so many different things that brought the price down. But Ecomi had huge partners, Marvel, DC backing them. These companies have their own legal teams, their own teams that do due diligence. They have their own way of auditing, these projects. The fact that they have, these stringent measures put into place, that they've done their due diligence, that these projects checked out with them, so they're going to do well. MONI, Monster Infinite, they had investment from OKX. OKX is one of the top 5 exchanges by volume in the world. They are not going to invest in a rug pull. They are not going to invest in a scam. They have their own legal teams that invest, that, tell them what projects are going to be worth, are safe to invest in, essentially. If they have done their own due diligence, if they have said that, this is a good project to go forward with, then I personally value a huge multinational company. I value the research, the audit that they've done, their whole legal and compliance team, all the research that they've compiled. I value that more than, the next Tom, Dick and Harry from the middle of nowhere saying, oh, it's a scam. Like, you can either side with the big companies with all the resources, the legal compliance teams, the experience, or you can take the opinion of some random person who, probably bought at a high price and it's just salty because of it, and now they're trying to bring the price lower to just fill up their own bags, or whatever it is, whatever reasoning they have. I would say follow the credibility, follow the money, and the money seems to be going into MONI, as in the token of Monster Infinite. So that's the way I view it. I always follow where the big investors are going, where they're putting their money into. If it's legit, the big investors will follow. If it's a rug pull, if it's a scam, etc., these, let's just say the meme coins, they never really get big investment from well-known names, because that's not the point. They're just trying to hype it up, get the price up as high as they can, and then sell off. The Monster Infinite team, they had plenty of chances to run off with your investment. They could have ran off pre-sale 1, pre-sale 2. They could have ran off straight away on launch day, which is what a lot of projects do. But they spent their time, answering people's questions. People who want a rug pull don't do that. And they are still answering people's exact same questions. Like, I don't know how they have the patience to do it, but, you know, kudos to them. It's a fantastic team, fantastic project, and I can only see an upside from here. Once we get to that $100 million, $200 million market cap, from there, I will start to see a plateau, slow, stable growth. But up until that point, I see us going on pretty much, you know, a rocket parabolic trajectory straight to that $100 million market cap range. So still huge rooms to grow. I'm going to continue dollar cost averaging at these prices. So that's pretty much everything I want to go through with you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe to support the content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.